welcome back to the Dive Time Dota Manila Major Fastcast. We're in the semifinals, game 2, between Newbee and Fnatic.
Newbee kind of flexed their muscles in game 1. Fnatic kind of looked outclassed entirely.
Yeah, it was actually a little surprising because Fnatic has been playing pretty fantastically.
Fnatic has been playing well, and they've been drafting well, really well, I would say, until that last game. They really doubled down on the push, didn't show up. The push never got online, and Newbee, and that was Newbee's doing. They really kept the pressure, the creep equilibrium on
it was against the Natures.
Fnatic side of the map.
That's
no,
pretty
they were.
spectacular.
No, the whole lineup was pushy, and they just couldn't get out across the river. So that was Newbee really showing up and shutting down the Fnatic strat. So it looks like here they still have Beastmaster's push, but they're going to go with a more... Oh, and Nature's push as well. But they have Slark for some ganks, Venge for some ganks. Newbee's countering with Lifestealer, who's been great all tournament, as we've mentioned. Naga Siren to shut down engagements, and also some push. Lina haven't seen...
Lina's pretty brand new for the upper bracket, at least.
Earth Spirit. A little bit more of experimental lineup here.
Pugna ban as well. What a surprise when they've never been picked.
That's interesting.
Maybe that's just a middle finger to Fnatic. Like, pick whatever you want, man. It doesn't matter.
This whole draft a little bit, like Lina and Naga, like we haven't seen them so much.
Well, that's the kind of thing I really like to see. Is
they're warming up the strat.
Is not statically sticking to certain heroes.
No, I agree. And when you win the first game, to go and pick some heroes that are less popular, but you might feel like could be part of your strategy. Early action in the Radiant jungle. Both teams spot each other out. But they're not gonna.
They got a deep ward. Fnatic got a nice vision.
Anyway, as I was saying, so not a surprising experimentation from Newbee. I'm just interested to see how their lineup is going to work together. Fnatic, meanwhile, they lessen a little bit on the push strategy for a little more gank, and we'll see if the gank is able to help them get into the mid game to let that push,
They're
shine.
still putting Nature's safe lane. I just don't understand. I mean, they have Beast in the jungle. That's obviously not an option, but...
Then he can do some more farming, and then maybe they'll rotate him into the off lane after he's gotten a pretty
They put neutrals in the off lane.
That's a pounce by Slark on the Lina in the safe lane Radiant side, and first blood goes the way of Fnatic. So already we're seeing more kill potential from Fnatic than their last lineup, which was greedy, but not in a conventional greedy sense, in a pushy greedy sense. Which I feel like I'm beating a dead horse about that, but it was very pushy, and they lost the push game. That's amazing.
Why they went the Ags.
Open wounds on the Natures in the safe lane, and he goes down. So that's 1-1 now. 5 minutes and some action.
4-man? 3-man game. That was still a lot.
Fnatic loses the Slark and the TA for Alina, was it?
Wow. Earth is just roaming the opposite jungle. Trying to find peace, I guess.
Just Earth things. And 6 minutes now, kills are close. No towers, although the Dire's safe lane is about to go down.
Which honestly shouldn't be happening with the Natures right there.
Yeah, he's jungling. Earth rolls in. But action diffuses in the mid, and so instead we have Fnatic smoke, wrap around for the Lina, and that's a dead Lina.
Maybe this is why we don't see Lina too often.
And alright, so safe lane towers both go down. Newbee's able to finish off the tier 1 bot on the back of that gank.
This is a really interesting matchup between the teams. They really are playing very similarly, but Newbee keeps taking the slight advantage over it.
That's a roll-in on a Nature's Prophet who's really struggling in the safe lane, and the open wounds is there to finish him off by Newbee. So Lifestealer already more online than, I don't know, we saw Slark get a kill early, but other than that, not seeing a lot of big damage from anyone else. Earth Spirit gets picked off, he's way out of position.
Sweet shout. Yeah.
The team was there. And now Newbee smokes in, and they get 2 who were... Fnatic was pushing out the Radiant off lane. Meanwhile, we get a kill mid. The TA goes down.
Naga ult to get out of there.
So Newbee is grouped up a little bit early. earlier than Fnatic has, and they're getting some kills. Now it's 7-4 their favor. So yeah, I would agree. Similar sort of play styles from before. A lot of avoiding and pushing and ganking there, like that. And now we finally have a team fight. The Spirit does some work on Fnatic, and they lose 2, the Beastmaster and the TA. They were able to lock down 1 kill on, I believe it was the Invoker, who was in the mid?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It started with the gank on mid.
Yeah. Okay,
And
there's
the
another.
bomb.
Yep, and they roll in, and woo! With the Sunstrike, that's a
It's
lot.
super effective!
That's a lot of gank damage from Newbee.
It pushes the bird away. No vision for you, Beast.
That's funny. Yeah, so I didn't see the gank potential in Newbee's lineup here, but they're
Lifestealer
showing.
Earth were the first 2 picks. It was just look out, we're gonna boulder in and pop a Lifestealer on you.
That's true, and so it's Sunstrike being there, and I don't know if Lena's been too much of that recipe, but they've really shown as much gank as Fnatic has, even more so. Fnatic gets a Roche, and it looks like Newbee was not aware that was happening. So that's a big win for Fnatic. They're got the Aegis on.
But that being said,
Slark, maybe?
Naga just got her Radiance.
Okay.
That's a fast Radiance. Like TA just got her Blink. Like
Yeah, so Newbee only has 1 of Fnatic's towers down, so we'll see if that Radiance means they start pushing a little earlier. There goes the mid.
the creeps, man. I feel like the pros don't
Well, they were
place
invoking
as much
creeps there, too.
importance on denying.
That's an interesting point. So Newbee was trying to defend there, and Fnatic ended up backing. So Newbee, since they were all grouped up and smoked up, they actually chased it out. They went deep into the dire jungle, and they got a Beastmaster. Lina falls elsewhere. I didn't see it in that combat, but so it looked a 1-for-1 in that approximate time. It's 20 minutes in, and Newbee has a slight kill advantage, 11-7. However, the towers are going the way of Fnatic. They've just taken their tier 2 safe lane, and Newbee still needs to take a T1. Okay, here's a team fight, breaks out, and Newbee gets the better end of it.
Down and Slark lives.
Slark lives and goes on the Invoker at the end of it, but that's funny. Slark survived via his Invisible, and Invoker, after being pounced on by Slark, said, I can go invisible too, and he lives as well. Actually, so it looks like it was only a 1-for-1 down there in the bot. They had already taken the tower when that fight broke out, but it was in close proximity. But yeah, more push from Fnatic than Newbee at this point. Newbee not worrying too much about it. There's a gank on a out of place Naga Siren. Yeah, he
chooses
was
going more
really deep.
DPS this time, didn't rush his Ags, got a deal in here already.
Fnatic takes the tier 2 mid, and Newbee is able to trade it for the tier 1 bot. So again, Newbee's lagging behind in the tower count. Fnatic's just pushing better, pushing as a group, finding pickoffs too. Here's another smoke, and they move in. Oh, but oops, everyone was close by on the high ground, and Fnatic ends up losing their Venge.
Who swapped in? Like she sacrificed herself.
Well,
They
yeah,
got a Naga.
but they only saw the 1, and the 2 were actually very close. The 2 teammates were very close by. Slark finds Alina, and here's action in the river.
Beautiful Sunstrike on Beastmaster up there.
It's a 2-for-1 there. Fnatic loses Beastmaster and Venge, but they get the Lifestealer. Probably a better trade. DD on Earth Spirit. And Slark's in the neighborhood. He goes, and his teammates show up, and they are able to get that Earth Spirit. Fnatic's gonna go in for Roche, perhaps? No, they're thinking better of it. They saw that Newbee was in the neighborhood, and I don't think that was a fight that they were gonna win. Unless maybe they use the song. Or no, Newbee's got the song. Nope, Fnatic wants to bounce.
Yeah, at this point I would be saying that Newbee is decisively leading, but the Slark is definitely keeping Fnatic in the game, just getting those 1 pickoffs
That's
pretty
true.
regularly.
That's very true. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for Fnatic to, well, push high ground, really. I mean, they've got their push lineup, and it's not going to...
Yeah, they've got the towers needed. Or maybe they're just waiting for the Aegis again.
Yeah, maybe.
But waiting means more farm for Naga.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, is that Newbee's they've been held back on their push game, as I've mentioned before, and that's not going to last too much longer.
But
They do. Fnatic takes the Aegis, Newbee takes a tier 2 and some chip damage on tier 3 top. And they stick around in the dire jungle and they engage.
Earth drops, but everyone else escapes.
Yeah, Earth drops, Lifestealer, who is in him, is able to TP out on the back of a Naga Siren ult. Naga Siren song.
Lifestealer went AC this game because Naga got the Radiance beforehand. And Naga has an Octarine core already. She is farmed up.
Yeah, Newbee very defensively positioned around here. They're really not pushing as a group or trying to split push at all. They
are the turtle.
They are, yeah. They're afraid of Fnatic's push and engage on them. They're high grounding when they even have a tier 2 available, and they have a Nature's Prophet to go and like literally split push, but he's not.
I think this is indicative of Newbee's like massive skill, because they could try to force fights and push a little more, but they are actually playing as defensively as they need
Newbee lets Fnatic take their tier 2 entirely. It was kind of funny actually, the Lifestealer went into the Invoker as a defense in case Invoker got ganked so that he could go jungle. And then once it was clear that there was nobody Fnatic around, he popped out and started farming too.
The Diffusal on Naga is a little surprising to me. I don't see a hero that is specific to it.
Sometimes you just follow your build, no matter what.
I'm pretty sure we do that. I pretty much do that 95% of my games.
I just mean it could be the best stat item
at
this point in the game. Affordability, maybe you started building it, and, you know, whatever.
Affordability is not an issue for this Naga.
So, Fnatic finally seeking to push, or sorry, Newbee seeking to push, and they're able to get a great engage on and take out 3 Slark and TA being included in that mix. The TA buys back and dies in defense of their racks. So Newbee's push all of a sudden appears in a major way, and they're going to they go top and get a tower and 2 racks as well. It looks like Newbee's able to kill Fnatic in their own base, and that's GG.
GG. That looked like it was Fnatic. Yeah, it was Fnatic for most of the game, and the swing was real.
Newbee waited to pounce.
Yeah.
And then pounced and did it so in a big way.
They were waiting for the Diffusal to show up on Naga, clearly. 6 slotted. Diggity dang. Newbee is just looking super strong right now. With an 0-6 Lino, they still managed that.
Yeah. Interesting. Fnatic's got to be disappointed with the result because it felt like they were in control for so long, and they weren't able to take Newbee out of the game before.
They waited for the Aegis, and that just kept things, that extended things long enough for Newbee to hold off. All right, that's the end of the semifinals. Newbee versus OG. Goodbye.